today is a great topic for you. What women think men want versus what they actually want. Thank you so much for joining us again on Second Act TV. I want to welcome back Robert Manni, the author of The Guy's Guide to Love, our favorite go-to guy's guy. Robert, thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you so much for having me back, Silka.
Robert, as I said, you're a favorite guy, go-to guy's guy. That's the role you play here on TV. And today is a great topic for you. I ran across another article, as I usually do, and the title was What Women Think Men Want versus what they actually want. And that, that caught my attention. I thought, this could be fun. And then I read through them thinking, this is so juvenile, I'm not going to do that. And then I read it again. I'm like, well, I thought that. You know what? If at my advanced age, I still think that, and we're out, we're starting life again. We're bringing a lot of the past into the present. This is worthy of a conversation. So let's talk about that. What women think men want, but what they actually do. And the first thing, and this is written by a woman, which, again, maybe you want to comment on that, but what women think men want is skinny. They want skinny women. Or what they actually want is healthy. And when I thought about that, I have always had that in my head, that I need to be skinny.
Well, if you're dating Leonardo DiCaprio, I think you do need to be skinny. So every guy is different, and every guy has his type. But I think overall, wanting a woman to be healthy means she's going to feel good about herself. She's going to fill out her body the way her body's meant to be filled out. Everybody has a type visually that they like. And I think, though, in general, men like women who are fit, who take care of themselves, have some pride in their appearance, and are healthy. So to be like a super thin model, size 0, if that's how you are naturally, if you're slim like that, that's okay. Mm-hmm. Is that what every guy expects they're going to get? Probably not. And I think the shape that guys are looking for, if you look online and everything, it's more curvy. I think guys like a little bit of something there with the women.
something. I think for us, and still in my head, and I am over that, but we grew up with that. Skinny was important, or you didn't eat in front of the guy. I mean, it was just so important that you don't confess to having a healthy appetite and remaining skinny. So again, I'll ask our women, is that something where you go, wow, I still think that too, or am I totally just alone here? But I thought that was worth bringing up. And I like the what you said, it's healthy. Healthy is what's important, not some sort of frame that the media.
And healthy for you also. What fits your body, your body type and everything. So if you're, some people they look better if they're a little bit. Well, let's put it this way. Let's flip it around. Some women like guys who are a little bit have a little meat on them.
I do.
Right. And other women like guys, you got to have the 6-pack abs. Good luck trying to find that. But, there are some guys, but they're working so hard on their abs that they might not be available for you. But it's not easy. But, everybody has a different type. And so I think you have to be healthy in the way that what fits for you and your body type that makes you feel good about yourself. Because that's going to get projected. I think that's the point.
Here's another one. What women think men want is someone who fits their idea of a perfect woman, but what they actually want is for you to be yourself. Again, I not now anymore.
Hopefully.
But I also, and I'm sorry, I'm talking over you. When I started dating again, 10 years ago when I started, that wasn't in the back of my head. Well, what does he want? So I'm probably not the only one out there thinking that.
Well, I don't know. And this is not a good thing about guys. I don't think they're thinking, you just be yourself. Well, maybe they are. if they really like who you are, the way you are. But guys are always tinkering in their mind, like, "Wow, I wish you would do this, lose a little weight here or there." They always have something, and women probably do with guys, like, "I can fix this, or I can fix that," instead of working on themselves. So I think both men and women have a tendency to want to tinker with their partner. But I think the most important thing is making sure your partner feels comfortable about themselves.
Mhm.
Now, who wouldn't want, if you're a guy, who wouldn't want a knockout perfect woman physically? They would like that. Okay. But they're not necessarily going to expect that from
Mhm.
every woman they date, because they have to look in the mirror too and say, well, what am I offering? Am I the perfect man? Usually find couples that they kind of fit, like, okay, I could see them together. Now, sometimes you see somebody, they have a lot of money and they're with somebody that's a showpiece. Okay,
Mhm.
so what?
Yeah.
That's always going to be the case. I think it's important that your partner feels good about themselves. That's an
Mhm.
important quality.
Yeah, that you can be yourself. I agree, and I also agree with you that there is some truth to both of these here, and maybe that's why it still kind of swirls around your head a little bit. But the key thing is, yeah, you don't the mask. Women do tend to bring masks to relationships. They tend to want to please the man by being something that the man wants or whatever. We've talked about that in other segments as well. And while I would like to think that we're past all that, certainly the younger generations, I think, are getting past that. It's still we tend to bring that to the present. Again, leave us your comments. I'd love to hear what
Right.
our viewers have to say about this. Go ahead.
And then there's nothing wrong with wanting to do things to please your partner, within reason. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing. You want to do
Mm-hmm.
something to make your partner happy. So if they like to see you in black lingerie or something, cut the guy a break now and then. I mean, that would be my advice.
Well, that goes to the next point. What women think men want. Someone who looks immaculate all the time. What they actually want is someone who's having fun. I thought that was interesting because I do think that's important. Is God, you want somebody that's fun to be with.
Right. But I think they're two separate points, though. Being immaculate and having fun, I don't see the relationship there, frankly, on that point. I think a guy wants a woman to be the best she can be. Does she have to
Mm-hmm.
be perfect? No, but she has to take care of herself and put up a good appearance. I think guys would like that. And I think women like that too. So if the guy's just slovenly all the time, that gets old. They want them to
Mm-hmm.
like to see the guy dressed up and, you know, cleaned up. That's
Yeah.
nice. The fun part, of course, everybody wants to be with a partner who's fun to be with.
I think the relationship there is that, like, say you're at a party or you're going somewhere on a date, and your whole emphasis is on what you look. If your eyeliner perfect, your dress
Uh,
perfect, and there's it's the high maintenance type stuff,
mm-hmm,
versus just going there to have fun. Be
mm-hmm.
comfortable in
Okay.
the environment. I see that relationship, and I'm not guilty of that one.
Mm-hmm.
As you tell, I'm not an immaculate woman. I do
I would
like
agree.
I
I think
yeah,
men would want the woman to have fun, be yourself, basically,
yeah.
be loose. Yeah.
Here's another good one that I unfortunately can relate to, maybe out of my own insecurities that I've built up over 40 years. But what women think men want to hang out with their friends all the time, when what they actually want is for both of you to have independence.
Yeah, again, that's the kind of separate points in a way. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
guys, or everybody's different. Some people, some women want to go hang out with their friends. They want to have
Mm-hmm.
ladies' night, and guys want to have hang out with the guys and watch the game, whatever. That's cool. I think the other point is about independence. Meaning, I think the key to any successful relationship is when both partners continue to learn and grow,
Mm-hmm.
and then bring that stuff home into the
Yeah.
relationship, so both people can benefit. So the independence doesn't mean they're going their separate ways. It means they're developing themselves. And by developing themselves, they can be even a better partner.
I could relate to it even with Paul, is that he's a very social guy. He has tons of friends. There's guys calling him every to go play golf, and I love that about him. That's one of the reasons I was attracted to him. And then somebody asked me, well, what are you going to do with it? And I said, well, you know what? If it came down to playing golf or being here with me, it's going to be golf and the guys. And I was laughing, and I thought, I do kind of believe that. So again, I don't think I'm the Lone Ranger. Sometimes men do put that emphasis on, being with friends that women maybe misinterpret.
Well, the golf is a special thing because if you're a guy and once you get into golf and you got that bug and it is a bug, then you just want to play golf all the time.
I know.
So you have to, and it can be a relationship stressor for
Mm,
sure because it
yeah.
takes up a lot of time. You go out and play golf, that you're talking about the day because you're going to go up, you want to warm up, you play the round, it's going to be 4 hours or something. Then you have to have a couple of beers to discuss every single
Hmm.
hole afterwards, and then you got to drive home. So that's the day, and then you're tired because if you walk the course
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's time consuming, and
Hmm.
that's time that you're not together unless you golf. The point is, you want to have your if you're a guy, you want to have
Yeah.
some free time, and if you're a woman, you want to hang out with the girls or whatever, and that's cool. But you
Yeah.
have to realize, like, I'm in a relationship that has to take priority. I have to be mindful of how much time I'm devoting to the relationship
Yeah.
versus how much time I'm devoting to myself and my
Yeah.
needs.
I think the key word there is independence. Is that got, men don't want to feel guilty about spending time with their friends. And an independent woman who also has other activities does that, that's, yeah, that's really beneficial. I think
Yeah.
some women miss that. I mean, I'm kind of joking about the golf thing, and Paul would absolutely be mortified if I took up golf. Yeah, it's good to have independent, that both people have independence, and don't make each other, feel guilty for wanting to do something with friends or an activity or that kind of thing. So, something else to think about. Here's the last one. And this again is I don't know if that's still true or not. What women think men want: someone who they can rescue, and what they actually want is a strong woman who can take care of herself. Do men want to rescue women?
I think every guy's different, and there's some old-fashioned guys who want to be the rescuer, and there's some
Mm-hmm.
old-fashioned women who want the guy to rescue them, and then there's
Yeah.
a lot of folks who like the woman wants to be able to solve her own problems and is, of course, perfectly capable of solving her own issues, but she wants somebody to talk about the issues with. Of course, guys run into the issue where the woman talks about some type of thing she has to deal with, and the guy wants to solve it. So it's all about communication and expectation. I
Mm-hmm.
think a guy wants to be with a woman who's capable, but they also want to feel that, well, I can be the nurturer here. I can add
Mm-hmm.
value. I can come in and swoop in and help out. I think if you think like, well, she doesn't need me for anything except for, well, maybe you know what, then what am I?
Yeah.
So some guys are going to have an issue with that. So, and the older guys are going to go back to some of the roles that they experienced when they grew up, and that's
Mm-hmm.
understandable. So it's an evolution more than a revolution for them. And I think
Yeah.
it's a really good thing. It's the greatest time ever to be a man because women don't need us in the old fashioned ways, and it's much more of a fruitful mutual partnership now. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
No, I think absolutely, and I think that the whole rescue thing, what that says about some men, it's depending on the degree to which they want this. Like you said, I think men need to feel needed. I agree. I think we all need to feel needed, but yes,
Sure.
that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with it. We can recognize that, but really being around, and I'm thinking of a couple people that they really are rescuers, and it's because they're insecure. That somehow they want to, that makes them feel good, or
It's true.
gives them some sort of security that is not healthy, that isn't healthy. So but that, that's a probably another whole other
And
conversation
and
here.
sometimes Silka, it can work where I can think of a couple right now where
Mm-hmm.
the woman was in a bad relationship, abusive relationship, and the guy likes to be needed and he likes to do things himself and he can be there for her and that
Yeah.
works. So
Yeah.
if it works, it works.
If it
So
works, it
every
works.
situation is different.
Well, again, lots to think about. As I said at the beginning, at first I thought this was really juvenile, and then I thought, how, if I'm still have some of these tapes in my head, how many others do? So please, again, leave your comments, both our men and our women. What comes up for you when you hear these conversations? What should what should we know?
Mhm.
Robert, what would you say? How would you end this conversation?
It's interesting that so many of these articles about what men really want, what men really think, are written by women. And
Mhm.
I always put a caveat there. Yes, from a psychological standpoint, they can break it down, but they're not living it.
Right.
And a man is living as a man. I can only, get into a woman's head so far. I can't, women are women. They're
Yeah.
just, they're humans. And of course, we're all human, but everybody sees things a little bit differently. You want to relate and respect the opposite sex, but you have to understand that I don't know them as well as they know themselves.
Yeah. So, anyways, lots to think about, especially as we start again over 50, finding love after 50. What do we, both of us want? I guess there'll never be a
Mhm.
concrete or gray or black answer to that. So we'll just keep doing these segments.
I love it.
Robert, thank you. As always, we'll link to all of your information. Make sure you check out Robert's YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I've been on there a few times lately,
Yeah,
so
you do
check
great.
us out.
So,
We talk a lot longer than we do here. So,
yeah.
and of course, your book, we'll link to that. And Robert, thank you so much. And we'll see you again soon on Second Act
Thank you.
TV.
Thank you, Silka. Thank you, everybody. Hope we could help out.